And then you gotta go back and find him again. But when I was there before, I didn't really see anything of note, and I'm guessing I probably need to know where to search or something like that, but I feel like I've talked to all the NPCs, and I really haven't gained any knowledge that'll give me an advantage. Cave was that way. Was there another town down here? I don't think there was. Oh. Jeez, that was a little loud. Warhawk, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub! Welcome in, dude. Thank you for the support. Still haven't done anything with the flute, either. The flute has not been used. So I wonder if there's something I'm missing with that as well. Gonna be harder monsters now with those shadow wraiths and stuff. We'll see if we can't beat them up now. I think my current weapon, though, is just not good. 23. Yep, I cannot defeat them. What about this guy? That's with magic mail. That's with magic mail. This is not feeling like my destination. Okay. Okay. I've run away from these things 5 levels lower, no problem, but then I get blocked off 5 times in a row? Jesus. The fuck? Well, guess that's not where I need to go. I don't think any of these NPCs are important. They just talk about like the hidden stair or whatever that I already found. Well, back to this way. See if we can't find something. That's really annoying, dude. I went to that town before, like 3 or 4 levels lower, and I ran away from those Star Wyverns, no problem. And then I go in there now with a much higher speed, and I can't run away? I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, it is an old NES game. Who knows? Like, it could be buggy as hell. Well, I know it's buggy as hell, but that's besides the point. Yeah, you know, honestly, the visuals for this game are not that bad at all. Enemy sprites are pretty good, and, like, the overworld is pretty nice. It's just a good use of color and good pixel art, you know? Clean interface. Oh, really, Cyberventure? That's interesting. So they all just moved around. That's awkward. No wonder Dragon Quest II is so popular then, because they probably had that, you know, done, and they're like, well, they're moved. They have face, they have a back and a side and everything. I do, yeah. I'm capturing it on RGB signal, so everything's super clean. Like Colne or something like that. Dreadful South Island, grayscale, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Yeah, Golem's afraid of the flute, but where's Golem at? East of the Hawkness, there is a town, 'tis said, where one may purchase weapons of extraordinary quality. East of Hawkness? Hawksness? Hawksness. What's Hawksness? What's Hawksness? Fairies, yeah. Hast thou any proof? Shut up. Well, you just say the same thing no matter what. Okay. Remilder. Yeah, that's the magic key place, but she said like Locksness or something like that. It's about east of Locksness. I thought they were referring to Remilder when that NPC said that. So what's Locksness? I gotta find some place to go east then. That's kind of interesting, Cyber. Like the thing is though, like what's weird about that is you know, you gotta wonder is the tile set of the shop table. Like you determine whether or not something that can be interacted with, you know, from across a tile or whatever based on, you know, the how you code it. And you gotta wonder if the shop tables are just like preset like that, and so they didn't bother, you know, making a unique shop table, which they could have easily done without any issue to the card's like stability or anything. Because usually like a tile is just a tile and then you set the interaction rules on it. Or like what tiles you can move in on it on. Like a stair, you know, you can only move from the bottom or something, but not the sides. Locksness. I don't think I've ever heard of a town called Locksness before. The only thing I can think of is Locksness is the destroyed city. But I don't even remember which NPC talks about that town. I remember one NPC talking about that town. That was it. I don't think there's anything east of here. It's gotta be that ruined city. But I mean, is that really where I need to go, you know? I wonder. Like having to... I mean, I guess even if I just ran away from everything and just got through it. La 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 la. Thank you, Time for the $1.50 donation. Congratulations on winning the FFF. I was right in saying this was your year. Cannot wait until the next Fiesta. Here's to the rest of 2020. Keep going. Keep getting the treasures. Hell yeah, man. Thank you for the $1.50, dude. All the treasures. Get all the treasures. Yeah, I mean, like, technological advancements. The same thing happened with the SNES, you know? They were always really excited about what we could do. By the way, this is how you measure the victory of the Final Fantasy Fiesta. Because like how you do that, it changes like whether or not you think I've actually won a Fiesta before. Because I'm pretty sure the first year I won the extended Fiesta, but we measured it differently. And then last year I lost the extended Fiesta, and then this year I won it. So I mean, it doesn't really matter how you measure it, but just know that there's actually more to it than you think. There's more than just, you know, this is my first win or whatever, because a lot of people measure it just the base Fiesta. Some people measure it bonus games as well. Like, it's all interesting. Don't heal yourself, skeleton. What the hell? Hey, what's up, Lucky Charm? But, that being said, it's merely just to avoid the confusion. I don't really care about winning or losing the Fiesta. That has nothing to do with anything. Well, this is a great place to grind now, I guess. Could grind and gain a level. I think what I need to do is I need to gain a level. Or more levels. I think the dude down there is basically saying you're not high enough level. I think that's what's going on. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. I think the game is just saying you're not high enough level. So I'm gonna grind here for a level. It might even be 15 that I need, to be honest. Seems like a nice, rounded, even level, you know? I think at 7,000 I gain a level anyway. I get a lot of gold for doing this grind, too. But yeah, there's a lot of different like points in the Fiesta, you know, people measure it all differently, and all the Fiestas have been really, really, really close. But yeah, if you measure it by the total sum of all the things, then yes, I did come up on top this time. However, I was way behind if you counted up to WAF. Yes, it did. That's because it's a Nintendo game. I want to say 83 for Japan and 85 for the US. Something like that. Heal should hurt undead. Doesn't it hurt undead in Final Fantasy 1? Or maybe you just can't cast healing on enemies in Final Fantasy 1. Well, I know they get harm, which is like undead damaging spells. But I can't remember if you can actually cast the heal on them or not. Even so, I mean, Final Fantasy had a lot of complex mechanics, and that was still a very early NES game as well. Later doesn't mean it's not early still, it's just later. Status ailments in Final Fantasy 1. Lots of spells with different effects. Harm, death, elemental affinities and weaknesses. That all existed in FF1, NES. Of course, Final Fantasy has always been a much more complex and deep and rich game than Dragon Quest has been. Dragon Quest is like, you know, your very generic hero's journey with your standard, you know, spell list, ability list, turn-based combat. And not to say one is better than the other, it's just that Dragon Quest has its niche to fill, Final Fantasy has its niche to fill, and they both do them well. Yeah, so all of 1 year later. You know, I never played an Ultima game. Never played Ultima. Well, there's one more DQ game than FF game, yes. On the NES. Oh, well, there's only one NES at FF, and there's 4. All 4 of the DQ games got localized from the NES, from the Famicom to the NES. Hey, what's up, City? I don't think that makes sense. I never said either was weird for anything other than the fact that they're different. And that, you know, having undead not be damaged by heal just because it's an old NES game isn't really an excuse. That's all I was talking about. Because these like rules, you know, of undead being damaged by heal were established way early. Back, I mean, this game is based heavily on D&D, and guess what? You know, so like that's not really an excuse. Nor is the ability to know how to program such a thing, because they did do that this early, you know. Oh, I was just gonna heal too. Well, so did Dragon Quest Rhythm Song. So did Dragon Quest. If you think this isn't based heavily on D&D, then yeah. Hey, what's up, Riyadh? Thanks for the host, dude. Right, I understand that. It still had a lot of deeper mechanics, though. You know, like I said, elemental affinities, specific undead attacks, status ailments, you know, different class types, weapon types, you know, all that stuff was all part of FF1. Using a weapon as an item was FF1. Talk about, like, you know, potential complex mechanics and programming. FF1 did a lot of really interesting and deep things. DQ never really did any of that on NES stuff. Nope. We played one day of it, and that was on Thursday, and now it's our second day. Oh yeah, this grind here is really, really good. It's only gonna get better once I can fight harder monsters too, but this has definitely been the best grind we've had. Like I want to say comparatively to my level, you know. Have I died yet? Seriously? I'm playing Dragon Warrior 1. I think the better question is, have I lived yet? Have I lived for more than 5 minutes yet? I don't know. No. Well, you lose half your gold, which in this game is pretty punishing. Very punishing, in fact. Golden Rocks, no! Well, maybe he shouldn't try to kill me. Wrong. That's a common misconception, Mr. Spokes. That's not the truth of it, actually. The reason it was called Final Fantasy is because something like what they wanted to call it, which was like Final Fight, or not Final Fight, or Fighting Fantasy, was already taken by something else, by a board game. That's it. The end. It's not so romantic. Yeah, it'd be really cool if it was their final attempt at becoming big and making it. That's a very romantic idea, but no. The real reason is because the name that they wanted to name it, which is I think Fighting Fantasy, was taken. That's it. Sorry to dispel your illusions. It's kind of cute to have that as the actual reason, but yeah. Yep, damn straight, Belvin. Fighting Fantasy Revenant Wings. Honestly, they made the better choice. Like they were lucky. They were lucky that Fighting Fantasy was taken because Final Fantasy is a way cooler name. Should be leveling up in a couple hundred XP here. Here, the Dragon Warrior Rando's pretty good. I've heard all the Dragon Warrior Randos are very punishing and mean, and way more mean than just plain Dragon Warrior. Am I calling Nobuo a liar? Yes. If I'm not mistaken, they had him say that, you know, like, or rather he made it up on the spot or something weird like that, as a means of like furthering the whole romantic idea of it, and he later redacted it. I'm not 100% sure on all of that, but that's just my memory of it. Ba-da-da-dum. Also, you know, logically speaking, we know nothing of Ubo Uematsu's character. He could be a really, really big compulsive liar. We don't know that. Yeah, I agree, Final Boss. That's something I always say too, is DQ has always been trying to perfect their formula, and Final Fantasy just tries to create something new each time, you know? And I respect both. I prefer Final Fantasy, of course. Final Fantasy Fiesta. But I definitely love and respect DQ, and that's why I'm going through these DQ games, you know? Because I want to re-experience the ones that I've played and experience for the first time the ones that I haven't. Okay, well, I'm just gonna purge that. Look, I love CohhCarnage, but don't come in here and be like, I was watching some other streamer, and now I'm here because their internet took a dump, and he was streaming this, and you should go watch him. Like, dude, don't do that, man. Don't do that. I love Koh, and he's hugely inspirational, but it's a matter of principle for that purge. Just don't do that. That's so low class. It's fine, just now you know? Like here I am trying to make my way on Twitch and you just like sitting here talking about how you only are watching me because your other favorite streamer that everybody should go watch is down, you know? It's just... Wait, Ragesin, is the Dragon Warrior randomizer map also random? Like procedurally generated or something? Whoa, now that is cool. So it's not just, you know, go to the, 18 treasures existing on the entire field, you get to, like, actually have a new experience. Huh. Is it the overworld map and or the dungeon maps, or both? Overworld only? That makes sense, honestly. Yeah, it's true, Coco. Yeah, they did in the early. Yeah, that's actually true. DQ did try to innovate a little bit while sticking to their formulae that they had in the past that worked. Yeah, but then ended up going, okay, this is what works for us. Let's keep doing this. Single player RP game books, yeah, little D&D type things, yeah. You know what I find the most amazing is that DQ and FF were such like fierce competitors despite taking very drastically different paths in game development. You know what I mean? Like the whole sticking to the formula versus branching out and trying new things all the time. Very interesting when you consider that. What, Goldman? Yeah, if Goldman was your friend, would he just like let you chip off a toe or something to go pay your rent? Like, hey buddy, my rent's due. Can I have a foot? Oh yeah, no problem, buddy. Just take what you need. Yeah, Psycho Sheep, I'm not so sure about that, because I mean they got rid of Sakaguchi and all the higher ups. And they kept a lot of the core development team, of course, but like, I really feel as if FF13 was really an attempt at Enix to kind of